Hello and welcome to this installation guide regarding SolidWorks 2013 with me, Miles Briney. So first thing I'm going to do is just insert the disc. So I'm doing a new installation of SolidWorks 2013 here on a machine that's never had SolidWorks on it before. Okay, and it's going to give me an autoplay setup here. I'm actually using Windows 7 64-bit here. I'd imagine if you're using any other operating systems it will be a very similar process regarding this step. So I'm just going to hit the run setup.exe here, and then it will load the installation manager for SolidWorks. Okay, the next thing I need to do on here is select what type of installation I want to do. This time I'm going to do an individual installation, so I'm just going to make sure it's on individual here. You can also do administrative images and server products as well if you wish, but I think most people that will be watching this will just be interested in the individual installation. So I'm just going to hit next. Next thing it's going to ask me for is a serial. As I said, I've never installed SolidWorks on this machine before, so I'm going to have to now type that in. And once I've typed the serial in, I'm just going to hit next. You can also have additional serials here as well for things like flow simulation, for instance, or SolidWorks motion, in which case you need to tick the box here and then add the serial in for that required add-on. Next thing is going to go away and have a look at my serial number against the SolidWorks servers, just to make sure it's on active subscription, or I'm entitled to SolidWorks 2013 Service Pack 0. The disk that I've inserted for this installation is in fact 2013 Service Pack 0. Now at the time of recording this, there's actually 2013 Service Pack 1 available for installation. Now when it goes and checks my serial, it will come back, and if it does notice a newer service pack, it will give me a prompt to say, do you want to download the Service Pack 1 upgrade in this case? And then it will then download the files and then apply Service Pack 1 to the installation when I install it. I'm going to click no in this instance. It's up to you whether you click yes or no. I tend to go no, install it as Service Pack 0, and then when you finish, just check SolidWorks works okay, and then use the update feature in SolidWorks itself to download and install the upgrade. The upgrades are normally about 600 to 800 megabytes, whereas a full installation of SolidWorks is more like 6 gigabytes. So the full file set is quite a lot larger than just a service pack upgrade. I'm going to leave it on no and just go next. Okay, so just before I install it, I do have a summary here of what it's actually going to install. Now another thing it does is when it looks at your serial, once you've typed it in, is it checks what you're entitled to. So I'm just going to have a look on this change button here, and you can see I'm entitled to SolidWorks Premium, and it does select a default set of products to be installed. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. What I am going to do in here is just change the installation location and where the toolbox is located. So if I just have a look on the installation location, it's going to install it under C Program Files SolidWorks Corp. I'm just going to hit the change button and just rename this slightly. So what I'm going to do is just put a 2013 at the end of this SolidWorks Corp. So I'm just going to go browse, and I'm just going to put a backslash here. So basically what I'm doing here is making another folder, and I'm going to put 2013. Now the reason I'm doing this is, so yeah, it's just giving me a warning here, the folder doesn't exist, you want to create it now. I'm just going to yes. The reason I'm doing this is just in case in future you install a future version or maybe a past version of SolidWorks, you can keep them all separate. So I'm just going to go back to summary here, and also I'm going to rename my toolbox location as well. So once again, if I've got multiple versions of SolidWorks installed, I don't want them all to be in the SolidWorks data folder, or I don't want it to be called SolidWorks brackets 2, which sometimes can happen if you install a second toolbox. I'm going to actually rename it so I for clarity, so I know that this toolbox belongs to 2013. So I'm just going to put 2013 at the end of SolidWorks data and go OK. I'm going to go back to summary. Now at this stage, I'm going to leave the background downloader on. Say that a future service pack comes out. What the software will then do is go and download that upgrade, so that 600 to 800 meg upgrade file set, and then it'll give you a prompt to say, I've downloaded service pack 1, for instance. Do you want to install it? So I'm going to leave that on, and then I'm going to hit the install now button. Okay, so the installation is now complete. At the end of the installation, it will ask you whether to show you what's new in 2013. I'm actually going to turn this off, and it does give you an option here whether you want to join in with the customer experience improvement program. So at the moment, I'm just going to leave it on. That never remind me later. Okay, and I'm going to hit finish. So at this point, SolidWorks 2013 has been installed, so I've got the SolidWorks 2013 shortcut on my desktop. I've also got SolidWorks Explorer and the two versions of eDrawings, which is in regarding to one being 64-bit and the other one being 32-bit. So I'm just going to double click on SolidWorks 2013. Okay, so the first time you do install SolidWorks on a new machine, you're going to get the product activation screen pop up. So this is going to check the serial that I've used to see whether it's currently active and on subscription, and I'm entitled to activate this version of SolidWorks. So when you first install SolidWorks, you do get a 30-day grace period. So I can do it now, or I can wait any time between now and 30 days. I'm going to try now, so I'm going to hit next. The next screen you get is what products you're going to try and activate. I've got SolidWorks here I'm going to try and activate, and I'm going to do it automatically over the internet. You do need an internet connection for this to work. The next thing I'm going to do is put my email address in. And then I'm just going to hit next. It's going to go ahead now and try and activate the product. It's going to talk to the SolidWorks servers. Okay, so it then tells me whether it's been successful or not. So everything has activated. I'm just going to hit finish. The product is now active. So I've just got a SolidWorks license agreement to sign here. I'm just going to accept that. And the last thing I'm going to get in here is just the SolidWorks help. So whether I'm a new user or whether I want to turn dynamic help off, I'm going to turn it off. If you're new, you may want to leave it on. And there we have it. So that completes this short video on a new installation of SolidWorks 2013. Thanks for watching.